How you doing again, everybody? My name is Jamie Krupka from the ODC Network for this week's Backyard Challenge. In our Backyard series, we're talking about animals and how they survive despite the environment around us that's full of green right now. But there's colors out there. We're going to find them. How do they use their environment to help themselves survive, and maybe even reproduce? There's a lot of color out there. Let's see what we can find and see what animals we can find. Check this out, guys. We've got a bird in my backyard. Oh, there he is going up in the top. That is a bluebird. I mean, we're talking, that is as blue can be on its back. On its belly, it's red. We're in the middle of the forest. There's an open area that is my yard, and it's a perfect place for this eastern bluebird to live. They'll be able to make a nest in a tree somewhere, a hole maybe made by a woodpecker or a squirrel or something. All they need is a little bit more than an acre of open space and all sorts of bugs to eat. One of the reasons why I don't put chemicals down to kill the bugs in my yard, because I love seeing things like the eastern bluebird. One of the places to look for critters is in flower pots. This planter here has petunias in it. And you know what? Inside of these flowers is nectar. Insects will come by, use that nectar for food. But guess who else uses these flowers? Spiders. They might use these to hide inside of. It's called a crab spider. They'll hide inside there, waiting for an insect to come by to pollinate it. And they'll be able to grab them and eat them. Crab spiders and flowers, you got to look for those. There are all sorts of insects in the grasses of your yard. Check this out. Can you see the insect in front of you here? This is called a lacewing, and its color's green. It blends in so well with the grasses. Unless you're really paying attention, you might not see it. He's holding onto that grass, hoping I don't see him. But I do. Having colors that blend in like this lacewing is perfect. You can spend all your day hanging out in the grass. Nobody sees you. Oh, I see another animal too, right next to me. This is called a mayfly. They spend their lives in the water as a nymph. But this is an adult. You might think it looks like a big oh, where'd he go? You might think that he looks like a big mosquito, but he's not. He's not going to hurt you. They don't suck your blood. His colors help him blend in too. Even though he's brown, that lacewing was green, still really hard to see. Check that out, a spring peeper. We're not near water anymore, so this frog has already completed that part of its life cycle where it's gone to a pond or a wetland nearby, laid eggs, reproduced, but now it's moved into the forest, my backyard. Hanging out in this tree, looking for bugs to eat. Maybe he'll eat some mosquitoes. Nice. Even on a green leaf, he's still really camouflaged. Let's back off and show you. Look how hard he'd be able to be seen if you were a predator. Might just look like he's part of the leaf. All right, as we look closer at flowers, we have to look for pollinators. These lilac bushes in my yard are great. Oh, right there. Great place for insects like this honeybee to be. So this is your typical honeybee, a European honeybee, coming to get nectar from the lilacs in my yard. So somewhere around here there's a hole in a tree, or maybe somebody has a box where there's a colony of honeybees. This is a female bee, and she's out looking for food, probably sometime before the sun sets in my yard. There you go. There's another mission for you to see what you can find in your backyards. See if there's any evidence of animals making homes, reproducing, We saw that spring peeper, super cool. That was my favorite from this time. All sorts of things in your backyards that you might find. Look in flowers for insects and spiders. Maybe like a honeybee like I found. You never know. There's all sorts of life in your yard. Enjoy exploring and have fun on this week's Backyard Challenge. Bye now.